presidency has reacted to the United States court ruling ordering the release of records concerning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's alleged involvement in a drug trafficking case. Well, on April 8th, the United States Court for the District of Columbia ordered the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Drug Enforcement Administration to release records of their investigations concerning the case. The judge ruled that both agencies must search for and process non-exempt records under the Freedom of Information Act. While reacting to the judgment, presidential media aide Bayo Onanuga stated that there is nothing new to be revealed since the reports of the FBI and DEA on the case have been in the public domain for over 30 years. Well, let's take a look at Bayo Onanuga's statement. He wrote on X, "Journalists have sought the presidency's reaction to the ruling last Tuesday by a Washington, D.C. judge ordering the U.S. FBI and DEA to release reports connected with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our response is as follows. There is nothing new to be revealed. The report by Agent Moss of the FBI and the DEA report have been in public space for more than 30 years. The reports did not indict the Nigerian leader. The lawyers are examining the ruling." I mean, Bayo Onanuga here, Rufai, saying that, the reports that we have seen, I believe we have seen some of these court documents, did not indict President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that, these are not new allegations. So, I mean, why all the furore?
Okay, but the Agent Moss report also talked about, the conversations around the money in Bola Tinubu's bank account and conversations around forfeiture of $460,000, and that's what we heard. But I'll just take you back historically. Plainsight, Aaron Greenspan of Plainsight, had been pushing this for a while, requiring freedom of information to be able to get most of this dossier out, to be able to read them, and it's been blocked. And the rebuttal has always been that there's that response, which pretty much says I cannot confirm nor can I deny. And normally that glomar response does suffice when you have a case of secrecy that has to be involved with governmental agencies and national security, because one of the points that have been made by the CIA that, especially when it comes to human sources, the case of that glomar report will survive. And if you go back historically, the glomar report goes way back to the 70s, where America had this glomar explorer, shape that they want to use for a lot of covert activities. But as regards this, prior to this time, they had taken, with the side of the CIA and those governmental agencies, as regards that glomar response, that okay, you can hold that can hold sway when it comes to FOI requests. But this judge, this district court judge, now Judge Holmer, is now saying that no, because this man is the president of a sovereign, this should be out there in public.
Interest, yeah.
Everybody should be able to see this.
Right.
But the argument that they're still holding is the fact that this is a human resource, of the CIA. This would also, impinge on his privacy, and it will also prevent, further investigations as time goes on. And there's been a contention on the need of the public to know and privacy issues here.
All right.
The judge has also told them that they should backtrack, they should bring back a report on the 2nd of May. So we are waiting for that report. They're going to write an extensive report on that. Most of these agencies, the drug department and all the things and all of this.
All right. And
this conversation had been on since the 90s. I think it's best for us to be able to wait on that report. The presidency has reacted and said nothing in that report. I think the position of, Kevin Moss is way different from what might be in this report. Because if they claim that it's what's in the public glare, then definitely these agencies will not have gone to court to be able to stop releasing what they know as regards.
All right, let me read an excerpt.
The FBI doesn't want the public seeing parts of the records on the drug trafficking allegations involving Tinubu. And now, they are telling a U.S. court that releasing some of it could endanger lives. That raises questions. But think about it. These are records connected to investigations from the early 1990s. Yet, the FBI says releasing some of the information could potentially endanger someone's life or physical safety. So, what exactly is in these files? Because if the FBI believes certain information is sensitive enough to potentially put lives at risk, Nigerians are naturally going to want to know what they are protecting and why. The court will decide what stays sealed and what becomes public. But what do you make of this FBI's argument? Let me know down below in the comments.
You can do something criminally.
Update. See, it don't finish for Tinubu. I think US lobbies don't finish Tinubu. Now they want to release all Tinubu crime record for US. It don't finish for Tinubu. And once they release her, now once Trump will call Tinubu, say, oh yeah, get out of that place and hand over to Showore. Get out of that place. Get the hell out of that place and hand over to Omoyele Showore. Now why I know they do the criticize article? Now why do they do the criticize article? Now why they vex? Say Peter Obi spoiled the coalition. And Peter Obi, because of donation, you want to use the account to collect donation. Now Peter Obi has spoiled the coalition. Now why don't they follow article the guy issue? Because article and Showore, now they really give Tinubu problem. Article and Showore, and they give Tinubu better problem. Until now, it is the end of the road for Tinubu. It don't offer Tinubu. Until now, bye-bye.
So the sitting president of Nigeria is a convicted drug trafficker in America who trafficked heroin and literally had forfeited hundreds of thousands of dollars to the US government. And now the Nigerian government and the FBI are petitioning courts in America to not release these files, to not let the public know what actually happened and what was done. And so I'm here, and many are here fighting for the lives of people who are being killed in Nigeria innocently. The president is a convicted criminal in America, and this is being concealed, this is being hidden. And what I have to say is that if the US refuses to release these files, they are complicit in the killing of Nigerians. We cannot allow criminals to be in power and allow their citizens to be massacred and then conceal the very files of the truth of who he was and what he did. This is life or death for Nigerians. And the US should be doing everything in power to save lives in Nigeria. It's been 2 decades of massacres and has been unlooked and watched. Every single day that this continues to persist, it's a massive injustice by the world and Nigerian leaders.
From what source did you get that money? That is the issue here. It was gotten through drug business, and drug is a criminal offense in the US. That matter, whatever they manipulated in the US was at that time. Does it mean that it is no longer a criminal matter? You do plead for the forfeiture. How can somebody take your money? The money you acquired through legitimate means. How can somebody take it from you for nothing? Does it make sense to you?
It wasn't taken for nothing. It was taken because the money was traced to drug business.
So who did the drug business? How did the money find into your account? No, tell me now. And you did not even challenge it. I mean, look at it yourself. You did not challenge it. You didn't tell them that this man, I don't know how he came into my account.